Well, can I ask you something? Have you ever had a friend or family member who just drained you?
Drained me how?
Like after you spend time with them, you feel worse instead of better, like they've taken all your energy.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, I know exactly what you mean.
Welcome back to Native English Skills. I'm Emily, and this is Michael. And today, we're talking about something that a lot of people don't like to admit, but almost everyone deals with at some point.
Toxic people.
Exactly. Toxic people. People who make your life harder, not easier.
And honestly, I think recognizing toxic people is one of the most important skills you can have.
Because a lot of people stay in these relationships way too long, not realizing how much damage they're doing to themselves.
So today, we're going to talk about what toxic actually means, how to recognize these people, and when it's time to walk away.
And we're going to be honest about how hard it is to do that.
Okay, so let's start with the basics. What does it mean to be toxic?
So toxic, literally, it means poisonous, right? Like it hurts you. But when we're talking about people, it's different.
How is it different?
A toxic person is someone who repeatedly affects your life negatively. They make you feel bad about yourself, they drain your energy, they cause stress and anxiety.
So it's not just about being mean?
Right. It's not someone who's mean one time. Everyone has bad days. Everyone says mean things sometimes.
Toxic is a pattern.
Exactly. It's a consistent pattern of behavior that hurts you.
But here's something I wonder. Is someone toxic on purpose? Like, do they know they're being toxic?
That's actually a really good question. Sometimes yes, sometimes no.
What do you mean?
Some people are aware of their behavior and they don't care. They like having power over you or making drama. They know what they're doing.
That's actually scary.
It is. But some people aren't aware. They had a toxic parent, so they learned toxic behavior growing up. They're just repeating what they know.
That's sad.
It is sad. But whether they know what they're doing or not, the result is the same. You're being hurt.
And that's what matters.
Let's talk about the red flags. What are the signs that someone might be toxic?
Okay, give me some examples.
First one, they make everything about themselves.
What do you mean?
Like, you tell them about something bad that happened to you, and somehow they turn it into a story about them and their problems.
I know people like that.
Right? You can't have a conversation without it becoming about them.
That's exhausting.
Exactly, it is. Second red flag, they're always right, no matter what.
Always?
Yeah, you can't disagree with them without them getting defensive or angry. They never apologize. They never admit they made a mistake.
So if you have a different opinion, they attack you?
Or they make you feel stupid, like you don't understand something basic.
That's mean.
It is. The third red flag is they don't have healthy boundaries.
What does that mean, healthy boundaries?
Boundaries are like limits, things you're okay with and things you're not okay with.
Okay.
So a person with healthy boundaries respects your time, your space, your privacy. They don't call you 10 times a day. They don't share your secrets with other people.
And a toxic person doesn't respect those?
They ignore them. They act like your time and your space and your feelings don't matter.
That's really selfish.
It is. Another big red flag is they try to control you.
Control you how?
They tell you who you can be friends with. They tell you what you should wear. They get angry if you spend time with other people. They try to make all your decisions for you.
That's like abuse, almost.
It can be. That's on the more extreme end. But even smaller versions of that are problematic.
So if someone gets mad when you make plans with your friends?
Exactly. That's a red flag. A healthy person wants you to have other relationships and have your own life.
That makes sense.
Another red flag, they gaslight you.
Gaslight? What does that mean?
Gaslighting is when someone makes you doubt your own reality, your own memory, your own feelings.
Can you give an example?
Sure. Let's say they said something really mean to you. You bring it up and they say, I never said that. You're making it up. You're too sensitive.
So they deny it even though it happened?
Exactly. And now you're questioning yourself. Did I imagine it? Am I crazy? That's gaslighting.
That's really psychological.
It is, and it's very damaging. Another one, they're a serial complainer or a drama creator.
What's the difference?
A serial complainer complains about everything all the time. Nothing is ever good enough. Nothing ever goes their way.
That would be tiring.
Super tiring. And a drama creator, they actually create situations that cause problems. They start conflicts. They spread rumors.
Just to have attention?
Sometimes they just like chaos. Either way, being around them is exhausting.
What's another red flag?
They're passive-aggressive.
Passive-aggressive?
It means they don't say directly what they're upset about. Instead, they're subtly mean or hurtful.
Give me an example.
Like, let's say you can't come to their party. Instead of saying, I'm disappointed, they say, oh, of course you can't come. You never have time for me. I guess I'm just not important to you.
But they're saying it in a way that sounds like they're not really angry?
Right. It's mean, but it's subtle, and it makes you feel guilty instead of understanding what they really want.
That's manipulative.
It really is. And the last big red flag I want to mention is they don't respect you.
What does that look like?
They constantly criticize you. They make jokes at your expense. They put you down in front of other people. They act like your feelings and your opinions don't matter.
That would make you feel really bad about yourself.
It does. And over time, you start to believe that you're not good enough.
So not all toxic people are the same, right?
No, definitely not. There are different types.
What are some of them?
Okay, there's the narcissist. This person thinks they're better than everyone else. They need constant attention and praise.
That sounds exhausting.
It is. They're never satisfied. They need you to constantly tell them how great they are.
What about other types?
There's the victim. This person always has something bad happening to them. Everything is a crisis, and they need you to fix it.
So they're always asking for help?
Always. And when you try to help, it's never enough. There's always another problem, another emergency.
That's manipulative too.
It is. Then there's the controller. This person needs to make all the decisions. They need to be in charge.
What does that look like in a relationship?
They decide where you go, what you do, who you see, and if you disagree, they get angry or sulk.
That's not a healthy relationship.
Not at all. There's also the envious person. They're jealous of your success. They secretly want you to fail, so they feel better about themselves.
So they're not actually happy for you?
Not really. And they might actively try to sabotage you or tear you down.
That's really mean.
It is. And then there's just the regular person who's going through something, they're stressed or hurt, and they're being mean or difficult temporarily.
Is that toxic?
Not necessarily. If it's temporary and they acknowledge it and try to do better, that's just being human. Toxic is when it's a pattern.
That makes sense.
Let me tell you about my friend Sarah.
Okay.
So Sarah had a best friend named Jessica. They've been friends since college, like almost 15 years.
That's a long friendship.
Right. But over the years, Jessica became increasingly negative. She'd constantly criticize Sarah, the way she looked, the choices she made, her career.
That's awful.
And every time Sarah would share something good about her life, Jessica would find something wrong with it.
Like what?
Sarah got a promotion. Jessica said, that job will destroy your health, you know? Sarah got married. Jessica said, I give it 2 years, maximum.
Why would she say those things?
Sarah didn't know. But what happened was, over time, Sarah started to believe Jessica. She stopped sharing good news with her. She stopped wanting to be around her.
So the friendship died?
Basically. But Sarah still felt guilty about it. She felt like she was being disloyal, like she was abandoning a friend.
That's a hard position.
It is. Eventually, Sarah realized that the friendship had been making her more anxious, not happier. So she slowly started to distance herself.
How did Jessica react?
She played the victim. She told mutual friends that Sarah had abandoned her, that Sarah thought she was too good for her now.
But that's not true.
It wasn't. Sarah just needed to protect her mental health, but Jessica made her feel guilty anyway.
Does Sarah still feel bad about it?
She does sometimes, but she says her mental health is so much better now. She doesn't second-guess herself anymore. She doesn't feel anxious about seeing her phone.
That's actually really important.
It is. Here's another story. My brother had a girlfriend who was very controlling.
Tell me.
She'd get angry if he spent time with his friends or his family. She'd call him constantly if he was out. She'd accuse him of cheating for no reason.
That sounds like abuse.
It was emotional abuse. And my brother, he tried to make it work for 3 years.
3 years?
He loved her. He kept thinking he could help her. He kept thinking she'd change.
Did she?
Oh, it got worse. She started insulting him in front of other people. She'd throw his things if she got angry. That's dangerous. It was. Eventually, my family had to basically tell him he needed to leave. He was becoming someone different, more anxious, less confident. How is he now? So much better. He's happy. He's with someone who actually respects him and loves him. And he says he wonders why he stayed so long. But he was in love. He was. That's the hardest part. When you love someone, it's so hard to admit they're being toxic.
Let's talk about why people stay, because that's a big question, right?
It is. People always ask, why don't you just leave?
And it's not that simple.
It's really not. First, there's love. You genuinely care about this person.
And you hope they'll change?
You hope that if you love them enough, if you're patient enough, they'll realize they're being toxic and they'll change.
But that's not usually how it works.
Not really. People don't change unless they want to change, and most toxic people don't think they need to change. They think everyone else is the problem.
That makes sense.
There's also guilt, especially if it's family.
What do you mean?
Like, if it's your parent or your sibling, there's this deep-rooted guilt. You feel like you should tolerate it, like you're being ungrateful or disrespectful if you distance yourself.
But your mental health is important too.
It really is, but people don't always feel that way. They feel like they have to sacrifice their own well-being for family.
What else?
Sometimes it's financial. They're dependent on this person. They can't afford to leave.
That's really difficult.
It is, and there's also shame. People feel embarrassed to admit that someone is treating them badly.
Why would they feel shame?
Because they blame themselves. They think, I must have done something wrong. I must be hard to love. They internalize it.
That's so sad.
It is, and there's also hope. Hope that things will get better.
But sometimes they don't.
Sometimes they get worse, but people stay because they're hoping that the good times will come back.
And sometimes there are good times?
Sometimes. Usually toxic relationships have a pattern. They're mean, then they're nice, mean, then nice, and you get caught in this cycle.
And you hold on to the nice part.
Exactly. You do. It's called intermittent reinforcement. It's actually a psychological thing.
How does it work?
The unpredictability makes you keep hoping. Like, you never know if today will be a good day or a bad day, so you keep trying.
That's exhausting.
It really is.
So how do you know when it's time to walk away?
That's the hard question.
There must be some signs.
There are. First sign, your mental or physical health is suffering.
Like, are you getting anxious or depressed?
Exactly. Are you getting sick more often? Are you anxious all the time? Are you feeling hopeless? That's a sign you need to protect yourself.
Your health comes first.
It always should. Second sign, you're becoming someone you don't like.
What do you mean?
Like, because of this person's behavior, you're becoming meaner or less confident or more bitter. You're losing yourself.
That's really important to notice.
It is. Third sign, the person is unwilling to change or acknowledge the problem.
So if they refuse to work on it?
If you've had serious conversations about it, if you've asked them to change, if you've suggested therapy or counseling and they refuse or get defensive, that's a sign.
They don't think there's a problem?
Exactly. Or they don't care. Either way, if they're not willing to work on it, it probably won't get better.
What else?
You've given many chances and nothing changes.
How many chances is too many?
I think that's different for everyone, but if you've given someone multiple opportunities to change and they haven't, that's a sign.
Trust your instincts?
Exactly. Your gut knows. Deep down, you usually know when it's time.
What about if it's dangerous?
If someone is physically abusing you or threatening you, you need to leave immediately. That's not a maybe, that's a must.
That's the most important sign.
It absolutely is. If you're in danger, nothing else matters. You need to get help and get out.
Okay, so let's say someone decides it's time to walk away. How do you actually do it?
That's the hardest part for a lot of people.
Because it's emotional?
Very emotional. And they're probably going to react badly. So you have to be prepared.
What do you mean?
The toxic person might cry. They might apologize and promise to change. They might get angry. They might try to make you feel guilty.
And they might actually succeed?
They might. So you need to be really clear about your decision before you do it.
How do you get clear?
You journal about it, you talk to a therapist or a trusted friend, you list all the reasons why you need to leave.
So when they try to manipulate you, you remember why?
Exactly. And you need to set boundaries.
What kind of boundaries?
You might decide you're not going to answer their calls anymore, or you're going to keep conversations short, or you're not going to engage in their drama.
So you're pulling away gradually?
Sometimes. Or you might do a clean break, cut off all contact.
Which is better?
It depends on the situation. If it's a romantic relationship or a close friendship, a clean break might be healthier. If it's a family member, you might not have that option.
So you have to figure out what's best for you.
Exactly. And you might need support, a therapist, a friend, someone who understands and supports your decision.
Because it's going to be hard.
It will be, and you might feel guilty, you might question yourself. That's normal.
But you have to remember why you're doing this.
You do. You're doing this because you deserve to be happy. You deserve to be with people who respect you and support you.
Let's talk about some of the really important vocabulary we've used today.
Good idea. We've used a lot of relationship words that are really valuable to understand.
Let's start with toxic.
So toxic originally means poisonous, right? But when we talk about toxic people, it means they're harmful. They hurt you with their behavior.
Then it's a pattern?
Exactly. It's not one bad thing, it's repeated behavior that damages you.
What about red flag? We use that a lot.
A red flag is a warning sign. In a relationship, it's behavior that tells you something is wrong.
Like, should I be worried?
Exactly. A red flag is like, hey, pay attention. This might not be good for you.
What's gaslighting? That seemed really serious.
Gaslighting is when someone makes you doubt your reality, your memory, your feelings. They manipulate you so you think you're crazy.
That sounds psychological.
It is. It comes from an old movie called Gaslight, but it's a real form of emotional abuse.
What about boundary?
A boundary is a limit. It's something you're okay with and something you're not okay with.
Could you give an example?
Sure, a boundary might be, I'm not okay with you calling me 10 times a day, or I need you to respect my privacy, or I don't want to be yelled at when I disagree with you.
So it's about what you will and won't tolerate?
Yes, and healthy relationships have clear boundaries.
What about manipulative?
Manipulative means someone is trying to control you. They're using psychological tactics to make you do what they want.
Like guilt?
Exactly. Or making you feel bad about yourself or threatening to leave, anything to get you to do what they want.
That's not fair.
It's not. And here's another one. Enable. To enable someone means to make it easier for them to continue bad behavior.
How do you do that?
If someone is toxic and you keep accepting their behavior, you're enabling them. You're allowing them to continue.
So by staying, you're saying it's okay?
In a way, yes. That's why sometimes the best thing you can do is leave. It actually forces them to face the consequences of their behavior.
That's interesting.
And finally, self-respect. This is about valuing yourself.
Why is that important?
Because if you don't respect yourself, you'll accept behavior from others that you shouldn't accept. You'll stay in toxic relationships because you don't think you deserve better.
So self-respect is like the foundation?
Exactly. It's everything. When you have self-respect, you protect yourself. You set boundaries. You walk away from people who hurt you. One more thing I want to talk about is protecting your peace.
What do you mean?
Your peace, your mental health, your emotional well-being. It's precious. It's valuable.
And toxic people can steal it?
They do. They take your energy. They take your joy. They take your confidence.
So how do you protect it?
First, you be mindful of who you spend time with.
What does that mean?
It means you notice how you feel around different people. Do you feel energized or drained? Do you feel good about yourself or bad?
And you spend less time with the people who drain you?
Exactly, you do. You prioritize people who make you feel good.
But what if it's family?
If it's family, you might not have the option to avoid them completely, but you can limit contact. You can set boundaries. You can protect yourself emotionally.
How do you protect yourself emotionally?
You don't take their behavior personally. You remind yourself, this is about them, not about me.
Does that help?
It can. It takes practice, but it helps. You also surround yourself with people who love and support you.
Because they remind you of your worth?
Exactly, they do. And you take care of yourself. You exercise, you sleep well, you do things you enjoy.
So you don't spiral.
Right. Self-care is not selfish, it's necessary.
And you listen to your gut.
You do. Your intuition knows. If something feels wrong, it probably is wrong.
So here's what I want to say to anyone listening who might be in a toxic relationship right now.
Go ahead.
First, it's not your fault. You didn't cause this. You can't fix it by being more patient or more loving.
That's so important to hear.
Second, you deserve to be happy. You deserve to be around people who respect you, who support you, who love you.
You deserve that.
And third, if you need help, ask for it. Talk to a therapist, call a crisis line, tell a trusted friend.
You don't have to do this alone.
You really don't. And walking away doesn't make you weak. It makes you strong.
It takes courage to protect yourself.
Real courage.
And one more thing. After you walk away, be patient with yourself.
What do you mean?
You're going to feel sad. You're going to feel confused. You're going to question yourself. That's all normal.
It's a process?
It is. Healing takes time. But you will feel better, I promise.
You will.
And here's your challenge. Think about your relationships. Are there any red flags? Is there anyone who makes you feel worse instead of better?
And if so, what would change if you set a boundary with that person?
Try it. Try setting just one small boundary. See how it feels.
You might be surprised how much better you feel.
And tell us in the comments, have you ever had to walk away from someone toxic? What did you learn from it?
We'd love to hear your story.
If you loved this episode, please like the video and subscribe to Native English Skills.
We're creating content every week to help you improve your English speaking and listening skills.
And remember, you deserve relationships that feel good. You deserve peace.
Keep listening, keep learning, and take care of yourself. We'll see you in the next episode.
Thanks for hanging out with us today.
See you next time.